What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back on F1 25, round number 2 in Bahrain for 2026 season. You didn't see last time in Australia we performed mega well. We managed to get P5 on the board with Gabriel Bortoleto collecting our first points of the season, and we're officially P4 in the Constructors' Championship. I know it's early doors, but we've got 9 races left. P4, that won't be too bad. We've got one owner training point to do. So, to be fair, the owner training points are getting a lot harder each time they come up. A lot harder every single time they produce. But I had to go with the impact upon the drivers. Yeah, maybe I didn't do with that. As I said in the last video, I do these, which one did I go with? Receive 20 points each time a development fails. Really should note down some of these. My apologies. But that'd be definitely one to get the perception on driver talk, especially who we are trying to get. If you didn't see last video, we are trying to get Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton for next season, for 2027. The reason I'm trying to do Fernando Alonso, because I don't want him to retire, so if I can try and get some talks with him, the better. And also Lewis Hamilton's a free agent, so you're not going to step away from a 7-time world champion when he's a free agent. So we're just going to, hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes well. But doing some of the activities for Bahrain, of course, we've got a massive gap. We've got a good month and a bit gap until Bahrain, but points on the board, of course. We've got a rivalry with Haas, era-defining rivalry. We're very close to fan rating 4, extremely close to fan rating 4. As you can see the results, Max Verstappen won last time out, and to be fair, it wasn't too bad with Oliver Behrman. Oliver Behrman P15, very good start to the season with the team. Well, for the team, and the driver's doing extremely well as well. Just got a little agreement, of course, whoever we choose, the other one's going to go down in morale, so thanks. So I just did the eeny miny mo and just clicked it, didn't really think about it. There's no point thinking about it because we got bigger fish to fry. We've got a corporate facility and we've got a lovely sponsor. That's a very nice sponsor. Novos, I think. Might have butchered that. We'll go with it. But we've got research expansion on the aero, very key this season. Of course, we need to step up our game from last season. We don't want to be fighting for 1 point and risking DNFs. But of course, for some reason, I don't understand. I do the research expansion, but I can't then do more upgrades. I love it. It's all good fun. Because we've done everything on chassis. Everything on chassis is done. So I'm very confused to why it's not working. And why I'm not getting more upgrades, because obviously, oh, that's what it was. Research expansion allows you to research 2 projects at the same time, not give you more things. That's the reason why. Anyway, we make mistakes. We will make mistakes. To be fair, the engineering stuff is the breakthrough that I need to look for. That's it. The breakthrough. Still got some things coming in. We should have some lovely upgrades for Bahrain. Bahrain, I think, is going to be it's a mediocre one. I think we're not very good on straight line speed. We might be actually looking at early talks with our 2 drivers, current drivers, I should say. But we do make a hefty profit for the base.
Don't forget to put it to use on some facility improvements.
Of this thing, our supply upgrades arrive, so that will make us a little bit more quicker. Very close, very close. And of course, for some reason, I just want to also say this as well. How can a cockpit weight reduction for redevelopment take so long? A bit of a joke on that part. Research expansion for the powertrain. I think that's just be able to research 2 now, which is a lot better. Of course, I'm trying my hardest to get what's the word? Phase 2 on personnel, because obviously I want them awareness and all of that stuff for my guys. And there we go. We've got a discount for the Halo. And then the morale for the chassis boys have gone down, which is not very good. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, look at these the base income and the running costs. It's so much better.
A sponsor sees potential in
Making
us
about
and wants to
1.5
explore a
million per
partnership.
times. That's an ugly sponsor. That won't be going on the car. And there we go. Early talks with
Hey,
Oliver
boss.
Behrman.
Really pleased to say that early talks
These
have
mean
progressed
nothing.
well. And we're
These
now
mean
in a position to have a
absolutely
first meeting with
nothing
them to learn
in
more
terms of
about what
anything.
we're each
This
after.
is literally
It's a
just
bit of a
to
dance, but it'll be
get an
worth
idea
it,
what
I
they
think.
want for 2027. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're not with Oliver Behrman or Gabriel Bortoletto next season. As of course, my apologies. My ideal aim is to keep every season fresh, every season a new driver. But of course, that might not be possible each season because obviously, I mean, we're going for Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. They will be demanding
Hey,
big,
Chief,
big
we have a part or
money
two ready for development
for
because they finished
contracts.
research. Let's get that in motion, shall we? Head to
And
engineering for more info.
unfortunately, a glitch happened on this. So because my head of personnel was speaking, everything, and I mean everything, just went straight to Bahrain. Stupid. Absolutely. I was actually. I was really, really, really angry because obviously I had 2 upgrades come in. I had 2 facility upgrades come in, so I wanted to get another one on that. So that was not much. But to be fair, Gabriel Bortoletto offering a lot. 2 facility. I had a component fail, so I could have got that in a little bit earlier, maybe in time for Bahrain, or literally just after Bahrain. I mean, it was a little bit of annoyance, but we haven't got a lot left on the phase 1 of personnel. It looks like one person needs to be hired. That's it, and then we're through on that one. But look at it. Looking at phase 2, a little bit further away for phase 3, but also it is an aim. It's going to be an aim. But the good thing is being able to do these 2 upgrades, and they're very slow upgrades, I have to say, as we did get an aero breakthrough. I didn't see what the second one was. So yeah, we get a lovely couple more upgrades for the aero, which is always very nice. And the annoying thing is as well, because obviously that happened. Trying to reconcile the things, we would have got that upgrade, the Halo, in time for Imola, but now we can't. So that's also another thing that's really annoying. But of course, I think next season I'm definitely not doing 10 rounds again. Because I mean, this is coming up to a 10-minute intro. If you're still watching, thank you very much. 10-minute intro nearly, so a long intro. Just some absolute waffle. But for Bahrain, we're driving as Oliver Behrman. God, I'm really knackered. Going into qualifying, not expecting much, but we do strap on the DRS and the ERS straight away. And very good execution in the braking zone. We're currently sat in P1 at the moment. get a slap in the face, back down to earth, P14. But as we come to the end of the lap, we're in about a little bit less of DRS. It is going to be P11. P11 is perfect, a very good result in Bahrain, as I was a little bit concerned about coming into Bahrain, as of course, very high speed circuit, and we haven't quite
With
got that
qualifying complete,
high
all that
speed yet.
remains
But
now is the
2.1
main
off the
event.
pace.
We'll be live and uninterrupted for
Um,
the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure
and
you
to be
join
fair,
us then.
Red Bull Max. I mean, to be fair, that's a crazy 1 second. But I mean, P20. Let's find out. Let's go to the grid.
It's race day, it's Sakir under the lights, and it's lovely to have you with us for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Russell, Leclerc, Mika Hakkinen, and Piastri. Mayer, Fernando Alonso, Antonelli, and Pierre Gasly. Behrman, Albon, Esteban Ocon, and Stroll. Sainz, Aaron, Isaac Hadjar, and Liam Lawson. Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, O'Sullivan, and Pepe Marti rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. The formation lap gets underway then, and it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres.
As we approach the end of the formation lap around Bahrain. Medium to hard, that's the strategy for today. I mean, Gabriel Bortoletto, fantastic qualifying. If we're not last, we're doing good, because the AI obviously perform differently depending on the rating. But it's 5 red lights, and it lights out, and away we go. A little bit of a slow reaction time there. Gasly got a very good launch, but couldn't get the gears correct, as we're going to be challenging him for the point position on the first lap, as Kimi Antonelli chops in front of us, and we have to take avoiding action before we lose our front wing. But we get past Fernando Alonso with that evasive manoeuvre. Piastri and Mayer and Hakkinen both fighting for positions. I wanted Piastri to go 3 wide with them, but unfortunately that didn't happen, so we're going to squeeze Piastri out of the racing line and take 7th position on the first couple of corners of this race. I tell you one thing, this part of the end of sector 1 always catches me by surprise every single time I come here. But we get down the inside of Mika Hakkinen and we're up into P6 on the first lap of the Grand Prix, chasing down Cali Mayer, but it's going to be very deep into the corner. But as we approach the end of lap number 2, going into lap number 3, Piastri looks for a move, gets caught on my side pod, but we are going to let him through. He'll play the DRS game. That caught him a little bit by surprise. This is great.
Okay,
A little bit more later, of course, we've been using a lot of DRS to keep Mika Hakkinen at bay. Hakkinen's going to look for a move of Piastri. I'm going to chuck one down the inside of Hakkinen himself, and I think Piastri, unfortunately, with Mika Hakkinen behind us, Piastri's definitely going to escape from our reach, which is very unfortunate, as we're on lap number 3. But going on to lap number 4 to 5, Mika Hakkinen is yet again right next to us. I go very wide to cool the tyres down a little bit as they were approaching a little bit of a hot point, but we took it down the inside. Lovely move there, a little bit of oversteer, well, a bit of both to be fair, and yeah, we do the DRS game yet again with Mika Hakkinen, but I think Antonelli's going to do exactly what
Yellow
he did,
flag.
what Hackman did when we were trying to do it on Piastri, but there
Someone's
is a
come
yellow
off ahead
flag
of
in
you. There's a
sector
yellow
1.
flag ahead.
George Russell has come off the track. I, of course, didn't notice this until getting there, so I cut the corner just in case
Okay,
there
and
was
that's
any
a red flag.
contact
Red flag.
between
Keep the delta positive,
myself
and let's have you straight into the pit
and
lane, please.
Mercedes and McLaren. But of course, no replay from me, that's my bad on my
Okay, just
side,
a moment,
but please
stand by.
subscribe to the channel as we are loving this content, and you guys love the content. But it's going to be lights out and away we go yet again. We're on the hard tyres. Majority of the grid are on the soft compound tyres, so that's going to give our tyre wear a little bit more of a kick. We have to cut the corner again, as we're not going to make that unless we want to cause any damage to Kimi Antonelli or myself.
Okay,
There is a yellow
clear.
flag in sector 1. Looks like a kick Sauber, and
Okay,
it's
some information
Pepe
on
Martin.
Marti. Okay, it looks like the problem's
Of
terminal.
course,
They're retiring the
Mark
car.
is going to say their name absolutely perfect, and I'm going to butcher it so many times this season, so I do apologise. Lap number 8, looks like Kimi Antonelli is going to look for a move around, well, actually before the final corner. Of course, we are going to have DRS. DRS is enabled this lap, I don't think it is. And I don't know where all our ERS has gone. The ERS has disappeared. DRS is enabled this lap.
Okay,
We'll
so
get
we're
it
leading our teammate by
approaching
5.9
sector 2.
seconds.
Going down the inside of Mika Hakkinen, and Antonelli, of course, is going to escape up. Literally, we haven't got any pace. If we had some pace this season, it would have been perfect. I don't know why I'm using ERS if we're just going to let him die anyway. We are going to have DRS. Luckily, that was extremely close.
Keep on him, he
A
might make a
5%
mistake.
ERS. Wait, where's... Okay, we love that from F1. Mika Hakkinen doesn't have the ERS, so I don't as well. That doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all. I either have it or he has it. Game, makes sense, please. But yeah. Lap number 13, we do the exact same thing with Pierre Gasly. I think it's just with DRS games.
Okay, focus.
But
we
of
need
course,
to stay on form.
little to nothing on ERS. Of course,
Okay, you
big
just started
changes to the
final
ERS
lap
is
of the
coming.
race. Final lap.
Hopefully soon. Fernando Alonso, it's literally been the exact same time. Our luck this race with cars and our overall pace has been diabolical. Luckily, it's 3.5 seconds to Lance Stroll, but at this rate, I have to pull some next level blinder move to keep the position at bay, and I'm going to chase down Pierre Gasly as much as I can. But it's going to be Max Verstappen gets the fastest lap and wins yet again in this season. He wins 2 races in a row, and unfortunately we can't catch Pierre Gasly. But as I said, I don't care. I said in the pre-season, I said in Australia, as long as we get points, as long as we get
Right,
points,
race
it's
over.
fine.
Take care of the car on the
But we
way
do
in.
hit the ball a little bit too hard, but we still get the position. Of course, we get drive of the day as well. But I mean, that's 11 points in across 2 races. So that's even better. I mean, we're coming a little bit better there. Hopefully we can keep this performance up. But I mean, it looks extremely competitive at the front, so I think we might slip down a little bit to 5th in the constructors, just because, of course, Aston Martin's performing, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren. That was like the F1 thing there.
But I've absolutely loved watching
all
that
performing
action today, and I'm sure
extremely
these
well.
three have loved taking part. Here come our podium finishers.
So I think we could fall
One
to
of the
5th in the
all-time
championship.
greats
But if we
celebrates
can
yet
keep
again.
5th in the
It's another
championship,
podium, it's
that'd
another
be
top step
brilliant. That'd be a
for Max
massive step
Verstappen.
forward from last season, and step in the right direction. I think we can all agree on that. But it's Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Oscar Piastri in his new home of Ferrari. First podium of the season for him.
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend
But yeah,
of Formula
points on the
One.
board.
Be
I
sure
don't
to
really
join us
care.
for
It's
more
points on the
exciting
board.
Formula One action very
Fernando
soon.
Alonso have no points. Aston Martin don't get any points, which is also good. Bortoleto loses out But I mean, that's 2 points race there. As I said, I think we're just going to slip behind, which is okay. And I think we could slip behind to Aston Martin. But I'll see you guys in Imola. Goodbye.